Tonight we're touring the cosmos, from raging auroras over New Zealand to the blazing heart of Andromeda, with the 2025 ZWO Astronomy Photographer of the Year winners. 5 800-plus entries, 12 jaw-dropping winners, tips, tech, and what makes each image special. Let's launch. We'll hit each category fast, spotlight the techniques, then end on the overall winner and a special orbital showstopper. This G5 geomagnetic storm scene erupts over Tumbledown Bay, New Zealand. Photographer Cavan Che blended a foreground and sky captured on separate nights with an astro-modified Nikon Z7. Note the rare deep reds high in the curtain. That's oxygen emission at high altitude. The spindly sea stack anchoring the composition gives scale and direction to the auroral crown. Marcella Julia Pace turns atmospheric physics into art over Sicily. Those stacked ochre arcs show Rayleigh scattering in action. Shorter blue wavelengths scatter away, longer reds pass through, creating stratified arcs of lunar light. It's a time-compressed sequence that teaches and stuns. James Sinclair dives into the chromosphere, that roiling layer where plasma skullduggery meets magnetic field lines. Captured with a Lunt 130 mm and an astrocam over a 10-second exposure, you can trace spicules, fibrils, and the feathered edges of an active region. Solar H-alpha is unforgiving. This is surgical focus, perfect tuning, and steady seeing. Tom Williams caught the International Space Station skimming the moon using a Skywatcher 400 Pgo2 Dobsonian and a high-speed astro camera at 1.5 ms. Transits last fractions of a second, so you pre-plan the line, lock exposure for lunar brightness, and burst shoot. The crisp H silhouette sells the scale. 2 human outposts, 1 orbital, 1 lunar, sharing the same frame. From June Lake, California, Dan Bartlett captures 12P/Ponce Brooks, flaunting its dual tails near solar maximum. Look closely. Ion tail striations and dust tail curvature reveal interactions with the solar wind and particle size. The structural detail here is all about exposure balance and gentle stretching to preserve delicate features. Tom Ray builds a 62-image billion-pixel panorama over Aoraki Mount Cook NP. The Milky Way arch aligns with braided glacial rivers, echoing flow above and below. For big panos, keep the nodal point consistent, watch overlapping margins, and avoid seam gradients with consistent sky brightness across passes. The team Julian Zoller, Jan Beckman, Lucas Eisert, Wolfgang Hummel pushes M13 to ultra-deep territory with approximately 29 hours through a 200 mm Newtonian and ZWO ASI 2600 mm Pro. The payoff? A living city of ancient stars from cool red giants to hot blue stragglers, all with restrained color calibration and pinpoint stars. Long integration reveals halo members, tame star cores with masked stretches. Yurui Gong and Shizhen Ruan snag a Perseid meteor slicing past Andromeda with a Nikon Z30. That's skywatching and serendipity working together. Set your composition on a landmark galaxy during the shower peak, run continuous intervals, and let the sky deliver. Daniele Borsari invests 22+ hours in winter's showpiece, Orion/Flame/Horsehead, all in H-alpha. The monochrome choice lets you sculpt signal to noise and emphasize structure. The PDR along the Horsehead's edge, the Flame's branching filaments, and Orion's sweeping emission. Mono H-alpha, long subs dithering, deconvolution after noise control, restrained sharpening. Leonardo DiMaggio experiments, a geometric meteorite pattern blended with JWST gravitational lensing data. The result feels like an alien cityscape, a conceptual piece that still grounds itself in authentic astronomical structure. Your overall winner, the Andromeda Core by Weiteng Liang, Qi Yang, and Chuhong Yu, approximately 38-39 hours from Spain's Astrocamp Observatory with a 20-inch telescope and filters. The composition withholds the full disk to spotlight the barred-like inner structure, dust lanes, and HII regions wrapping the nucleus. Judges praised its restraint. Not showing everything makes the detail you do show feel unprecedented. This is a masterclass in picking a story inside a famous subject, and telling it with patience and elegance. A legend of orbital photography, astronaut Don Pettit turns the world on its head. Using a homemade sidereal tracker aboard the ISS, he locks the stars so they're pin-sharp and lets Earth blur along its spin. It flips our usual time-lapse perspective and reminds us we're the ones moving. Common threads across winners. Time investment, from seconds for ISS to dozens of hours for deep sky. Tracking mastery, from Aurora composites to gigapixel panos and precision solar tuning. Intentional restraint, color tones, noise control, and compositions that teach as they awe. You can see these winners displayed at the National Maritime Museum starting September 12th. Which image hit you hardest? Andromeda's core, the ISS flyby, or that chromosphere close-up? Drop your favorite and why. If this tour sparked ideas, hit like, subscribe, and ring the bell. We'll break down how to shoot each category in an upcoming series. Clear skies.